YouTube channel Nos Confunden. In ancient texts, we find traces of these lands beyond, described not as mere fantasies, but as real places deeply resonating within the beliefs of civilizations. The Vedas, the oldest texts of the Indian tradition, speak of the lokas, worlds beyond our physical perception. Among them are Svarga Loka, a celestial paradise inhabited by gods and enlightened beings, and Patala Loka, a vast subterranean realm inhabited by Nagas, beings of knowledge and power. The Vedas describe these realms not as mere abstractions, but as territories accessible through portals or spiritual pathways. Nos Confunden. In ancient Mesopotamia, clay tablets describe Dilmun, an earthly paradise considered the birthplace of humanity, beyond the known waters. Nos Confunden. The epic poem of Gilgamesh mentions a journey to this place, where eternal life could be attained. How do we explain the striking similarity of this account to the biblical narratives of Eden? Sumerian inscriptions speak of a final sea, beyond which not even lesser gods could venture without the permission of the great Anunnaki. Nos Confunden. The Bible itself is filled with allusions to lands beyond. Exodus describes the Hebrews crossing a sea, not only physical but spiritual, toward a promised land. In the book of Ezekiel, we find visions of a firmament that separates the known from the divine, and Revelation describes a new Jerusalem descending from the heavens, not as a physical place, but as a reality beyond the visible. Are these texts spiritual allegories or encoded descriptions of lost knowledge? Nos Confunden. In the writings of Herodotus, the father of history, lands beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the modern Strait of Gibraltar, are described, said to be inhabited by the Atlanteans, a mysterious people with superior knowledge. Plato, a disciple of Socrates, expanded this account with his description of Atlantis, a land beyond the ocean known for its wealth and advanced technology. Is Atlantis a metaphor or a remnant of ancestral knowledge suppressed after historical resets? Nos Confunden. Mahayana Buddhist texts speak of Sukhavati, the pure land of the West, where beings are reborn after attaining an elevated level of consciousness. This place, described as surrounded by luminous oceans, eerily mirrors Celtic and Polynesian accounts of magical islands beyond the horizon. Even in Mayan codices like the Popol Vuh, there is mention of a time when the gods created a perfect world, and of realms of the gods beyond the sun and the moon. The Book of Enoch, an apocryphal text, provides disturbing details about the lands beyond. It describes a journey to regions where the heavens curve and the horizon closes like a solid crystal wall, behind which lie lakes of fire, oceans of purified water, and mountains where fallen angels reside. Enoch speaks of a barrier between the human and divine worlds, a barrier that only a few have crossed. Nos Confunden. In Chinese accounts from the Shanhai Jing, classic of mountains and seas, fabulous regions are described, inhabited by mythical creatures and surrounded by oceans that cannot be crossed without the guidance of superior beings. These lands are described in such detail that they seem more like maps than myths, yet their location defies all logic. Even among indigenous cultures of the Americas, such as the Hopi, there is talk of a time before the Great Separation, when humans could cross into other lands without limitations. The Hopi mention the Sipapu, a sacred portal connecting this world with others beyond human reach. Andean myths also describe Paititi, a golden land hidden beyond jungles and mountains, where humanity will find refuge in times of great tribulation. When these narratives are brought together, a disturbing pattern emerges. How is it possible that such distant and disconnected cultures describe such similar concepts? Lands beyond, unbreakable barriers, hidden realms below or above the visible horizon, portals to other realities. Nos confunden. It is as if universal knowledge had been scattered, fragmented, so that only the smallest pieces remain accessible while the greater truths are hidden behind the veil of history and the projections of the invisible dome. Beyond the horizon, beyond the ice wall, beyond the invisible dome, unknown lands await. They are not just myths, they are clues to a world that was once ours and must be rediscovered. YouTube channel Nos Confunden.